What's up, people? Welcome to the Top 6 College Football Rundown. Rundown!
Hey everybody, what's up? You're here with the show where we run down the top 6 conferences in college football. Starting this week with the Atlantic Coast Conference. Number 5, Clemson. They beat North Carolina 59-38 and they play at Georgia Tech this week. Will they remain undefeated?
Yes.
Will they win the ACC?
Yes.
Will they play in the national title game?
Still need more time.
Side note, Georgia Tech now has lost 2 in a row.
2.
They lost 24-7 at Miami. And I gotta ask this question. Why is Boise State ranked ahead of Clemson?
We still do not know.
I feel like Clemson's played a harder schedule. Anyway, number 12, Virginia Tech, whipped up on Boston College 30-14. They'll probably see Clemson again in the ACC title game.
And get blown out.
Alright, next we move on to the Big 12. Number 9, Oklahoma. They lost at home to Texas Tech.
Ouch.
I guess we can't really put them in the national title discussion anymore with that loss. They play at number 8, Kansas State this week. Speaking of number 8, Kansas State, they beat Kansas 59-21 last week, and they're number 8.
Oh my gosh.
And this is the same team that beat Eastern Kentucky 10-7. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't think they're good enough to be ranked number 8. Anyway, number 3, Oklahoma State rolled Missouri 45-24. They take on Baylor this week at home. And I don't know. I guess they're the front runner in the Big 12. Do you think they'll win the Big 12?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think they're going to be able to take down Oklahoma?
No.
Well, then I don't think they'll win the Big 12.
Okay.
Because they don't have a title game anymore.
Right.
Anyway, number 16, Texas A&M won at Iowa State 33-27. Plays Missouri at home this week. I was pretty rough on them the first couple weeks. They managed to bounce back, but it's just too little, too late. And then number 20, Texas Tech. What the heck? They beat Oklahoma. And they play at home against Iowa State this week. Are they good or lucky?
Lucky.
Alrighty. And then number 24, Texas. What the heck? Why are these guys ranked? Why do we even have to talk about these guys anymore? They're not going to win the Big 12. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
It's over. Alright, moving on to the Big 10. Number 11, Michigan State beat Wisconsin 37-31 with many mistakes by Russell Wilson and the play heard around the world, the Hail Mary pass that worked. Is Michigan State the best team in the Big 10?
No.
No?
No.
Do you think Wisconsin is still the best team in the Big 10?
Possibly.
Alright, do you think they're going to win their division? The Legends division?
Who?
Michigan State.
Yes.
And they play at number 14, Nebraska this week. Will Michigan State be able to win on the road at Nebraska?
No.
Alright, you heard it right here. From my friend right here.
Right here, right now, bitches.
Number 14, Nebraska. They won at Minnesota 41-14. They play at home for Michigan State. Yeah, that'll be a game for the week. Number 18, Michigan. Had a bye week. They play Purdue this week. I think they're going to win the Legends division. I think they're going to beat out Michigan State because I don't think Michigan State can win on the road. Number 15, Wisconsin. They lost a tough one at Michigan State. Russell Wilson, I guess, isn't as good as we thought he was. He was unable to come through in the clutch. And he made some really bad plays. They are already 2 conference wins behind Penn State, and they play at Ohio State this week. I ask you again, will Wisconsin win the Big 10?
Surely.
I'm actually skeptical of them.
Oh, so what is all this bias, people?
Number 19, Penn State. Won at Northwestern 34-24. They're leading the Leaders division, and they're 4-0 in the Big 10. And they play Illinois this week. Is Penn State the best team in the Big 10?
Possibly.
We'll find out. I'm thinking they're going to jump out to 5-0 in the Big 10. Number 6, Stanford. Destroyed Washington last week.
This is in the Pac-12 conference.
Right, which is Arvin's conference. What do you think about Stanford?
Stanford, they're looking pretty good, but I just don't think they'll be able to beat number 7 Oregon. He just passes to those tight ends. Just doesn't really look like a very strong play coordination there. Arizona State, that's another team that's looking pretty good. They'll probably win their division, but they're going to get beaten up by Oregon. So I think Oregon's going to be the dominating factor here. But we'll see.
I still think people are overhyping Stanford. I've thought it this entire time, and I gotta be honest with you, they don't impress me that much.
They're just stick to your educational needs, people.
All right, we're gonna move on to the SEC, the granddaddy of the conferences. It has been for the last 5 seasons, and it still is. Number 1 LSU whipped number 20 Auburn last week, 45-10.
45-10.
They have a bye week before Judgment Day against number 2 Alabama on November 5th. Speaking of number 2 Alabama, they struggled in the first half against Tennessee. They were tied 6-6 at halftime in a home game. Is Alabama bad, or are they just playing with everybody?
It's questionable, but we've seen this with LSU as well. That they'll just try to sort of match teams in the beginning or not play as well, but they gradually get better. So this will be a pretty good game between the two, Alabama and LSU. Looking forward to it.
Who do you think wins?
I think Alabama's going to win, but you guys got to change your name to these Red Elephants that I heard last time on ESPN.
I think LSU's going to win. All right, and then we're going to move on to number 10, Arkansas. They barely beat Mississippi 29-24 last week. And they play at Vanderbilt this week. Why are they ranked 10th in the country?
Nobody knows.
They won a game and fell a slot.
People.
Number 13, South Carolina. They had a bye this week. We called it last week. We said they're going to lose at Tennessee this week and Arkansas next week. Are you standing by that?
Yes, they will definitely lose at Tennessee because, as we've seen, they actually held Alabama in the first quarter to 6 points. And with defense like that, I don't know. It's better than South Carolina's offense. So
South Carolina, you guys are a joke.
Shaw's good, but I think he probably makes the team.
Spurrier, I have been just. I know you're taking on a struggling program and trying to revive them, but this is just. I'm sick of talking about it every year. Right. I'm sick of talking about this every year. They're not going to ever win the SEC.
Yeah.
All right, number 22, Georgia. They won at Vanderbilt, 33-28, and I think they're winning the SEC East.
Yeah,
they probably are.
Yeah, probably are.
Now, we actually have comments this week for our comments segment
from the last video.
From our last video. So, first one is from a Mr. Black SG1. He says, "You shouldn't provide commentary on teams if you only see highlights of the games." Do you have a comment for that, Arvin? Because I saw the game in question.
No, we both saw the games. We don't really look at highlights. We go off of just scores and statistics, and that's how we confirm these wins and losses. So I don't know where you're getting your information from, but sorry.
And then Senjunius17 says the bias is quite obvious. I'm curious as to what bias he's implying there, but I guess AJ Lee 20,999 has the answer for that. He says, "Good commentary, but your Wisconsin bias is prevalent. I'm not saying they're terrible, but they don't have respect in the BCS because they played one away game against Indiana." Which is wrong. They actually played at home against Indiana.
Oh!
Nothing special. AJ Lee was the most, how can I say this, classy of the comments. But, guys, come on.
There was some bias, granted. He is a Wisconsin fan, but the fact of the matter is, they're a pretty good team. You got to give it to them. So, to be, biased like that, like most people were with, like, Tim Tebow in Florida, come on.
There's bias in all
there's always bias.
And as for the Heisman watch, real quick.
Andrew Luck is still taking it as number 1.
Trent Richardson's number 2. Kellen Moore's number 3. Taj Boyd from Clemson's number 4. Russell Wilson dropped to 5th after his performance. And Robert Griffin III is number 6.
All right.
We're out of here.
That's all we have for now, and take care.